Hold up, did Tom Brady just pull the biggest power move of 2026? While everyone was watching the Super Bowl, the GOAT was making moves that got the entire internet losing it. And wait till you hear who he was spotted with. This is absolutely wild, fam. Don't you dare scroll away. All right, guys, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is straight up insane. Super Bowl weekend just went down in San Francisco, right? Everyone's hyped about the game, talking about the Patriots versus the Seahawks, Drake May, Sam Darnold, all that noise. But while the football world was focused on the field, Tom Brady was out here making completely different headlines. So picture this. It's February 8th, Super Bowl Sunday. The parties are absolutely popping off in San Fran. We're talking A-list celebrities, influencers, athletes, everyone who's anyone is there. And in the middle of all this chaos, videos start dropping on social media. Not just any videos, y'all. We're talking about footage that literally broke the internet. Moi, you know, that gossip account that never misses, drops this bombshell. And when I tell you people's jaws hit the floor, I'm not exaggerating. The videos show none other than Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, the literal GOAT of football, getting cozy with 25-year-old influencer Alix Earle at a pre-game party. Now, before you come at me saying, oh, they're just talking, nah bro. This wasn't just a casual conversation. We're talking drinks in hand, smiling at each other, dancing together, and the vibes were immaculate. Brady's rocking glasses and a baseball cap, looking all casual and mysterious, while Alix is absolutely stunning with her long blonde hair and these loose curls. The chemistry, off the charts, but here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't the first time these two have been spotted together. Nope. Rewind to New Year's Eve, we're talking just over a month ago. St. Barths, one of the most exclusive party destinations on the planet. And guess who showed up at the same NYE bash? That's right, Brady and Alix. Sources confirmed to major outlets that they weren't just at the same party, they were hanging out looking mad cozy. We got videos from that night too, and let me paint you a picture. Alix is literally whispering in Brady's ear. Not just talking, whispering. Her hand is rubbing along his back. They're laughing together, dancing together, and everyone around them is like, wait, is this really happening? After that New Year's party, Alix hopped on social media to recap her night, and guys, the caption was cryptic as heck. She wrote about new friends, new memories, and new beginnings to start off the new year. New beginnings? Come on, fam, we're not blind here. The internet immediately started connecting the dots. Now, let's talk context because this is where the plot thickens like crazy. Tom Brady is 48 years old. 48. He's been retired from the NFL, he's a legend, he's got 3 kids, and he finalized his divorce from supermodel Gisele Bündchen back in 2022 after 13 years of marriage. The man was most recently linked to supermodel Brooks Nader in 2024, but sources said they were just casually hooking up. Nothing serious. On the flip side, we got Alix Earle. She's 25, she's a massive influencer with millions of followers, and she just got out of a 2-year relationship with Houston Texans wide receiver Braxton Berrios. They broke up in early December, and Alix got super emotional about it on TikTok, talking about how she couldn't be what Braxton needed because of their crazy schedules and her being on Dancing with the Stars. So here we are, 2 people fresh out of relationships, both in the public eye, both at the top of their respective games, and they keep randomly bumping into each other at exclusive parties. Coincidence? I think not. The age gap alone has people talking. 23 years, y'all, that's a whole generation. But you know what? People are here for it. The internet is absolutely buzzing. But wait, there's something even wilder that went down. Something involving Alix's dad that'll blow your mind. Stick around for part 2 because this family connection is insane. Okay, so we just covered how Tom Brady and Alix Earle got caught getting cozy twice. But what happened next with Alix's dad is absolutely bonkers. This is the kind of stuff you can't make up, fam. All right, so where we left off, Tom and Alix are clearly vibing at these parties. The internet's going absolutely crazy, and everyone's wondering if this is real or just friendly hangouts. But then, something happens that basically confirms everything. Enter Thomas, TJ Earle, Alix's dad. Now, this man decided to drop the most legendary subtle flex of all time, and honestly, it's pure comedy gold. So it's January 4th, right? Just a few days after that wild New Year's Eve party in St. Barths, where Tom and Alix were getting all cozy. TJ and his wife Ashley are getting ready for a night out, and Ashley's filming a TikTok like people do. Casual content, nothing crazy. But then TJ says something that makes Ashley, and eventually the entire internet, lose their minds. TJ's wearing this jacket, looking fresh, and he casually drops this bomb. I actually got that jacket because I saw Tom Brady wearing one like that. Pause. Let that sink in. Alix's dad is out here buying clothes because Tom Brady wore them. The same Tom Brady who just spent New Year's Eve getting whispered to by his daughter. The timing? Suspicious. The energy. Immaculate, Ashley's reaction is priceless. She goes, "Are you joking?" Like you can hear the disbelief in her voice. And TJ doubles down. "I swear to God," he says, all serious and everything. Ashley comes back with, "Are you serious? You know what, honey, you just say the darndest things. How ironic is that?" Ironic? Ashley, you're the queen of understatement. This wasn't ironic. This was a full-on dad flex. This man was basically putting it out there without putting it out there. He's telling the world, yeah, Tom Brady might be hanging with my daughter and I'm cool with it. So cool, I'm copying his style. The internet exploded. People were in the comments like, TJ knows what's up. And this is the most dad way to confirm a relationship ever. Others were dying laughing, saying stuff like, bro is already calling Tom his son-in-law in his head. But let's be real here, this move was actually genius. TJ didn't directly address the rumors. He didn't confirm or deny anything. He just dropped this casual comment that had everyone reading between the lines. It's the kind of thing that gets people talking without actually saying anything concrete. Media training who? TJ Earle just gave a master class in subtle messaging. Now, think about this from a dad's perspective. Your 25-year-old daughter just got out of a pretty serious relationship. She's emotional, she's vulnerable, she's processing heartbreak. Then suddenly she's linked to Tom Brady, one of the most famous athletes in history, someone old enough to remember when Alix was literally born. As a dad, you'd probably be at least a little concerned, right? But TJ seems chill. More than chill, he's out here buying Brady-inspired jackets. That tells us something. Either TJ's the most laid-back dad in America, or he's actually met Tom and thinks he's a solid dude. Maybe both. And can we talk about how this whole situation is low-key hilarious? Like, imagine being Alix, watching your dad's TikTok, and seeing him talk about copying Tom Brady's style right after you were literally photographed whispering in Tom's ear. The second-hand embarrassment mixed with the absolute comedy of it all, I would simply pass away. But here's what makes this even better. Tom Brady spoke to reporters just 2 days after TJ's TikTok went viral. He was at the Fanatic Studios launch party in Los Angeles on January 13th, and when asked about his personal life, Brady kept it super vague. He said, "You know what? I don't have much time for a personal life or much time for myself, but I love working and I love my kids." No time for a personal life? Bro, you were literally just dancing with Alix Earle at a New Year's party. You were just spotted getting cozy at a Super Bowl party. Make it make sense, Tom. But that's classic Brady, isn't it? The man's a master at dodging questions. He spent 2 decades dodging defenders on the football field. Dodging reporters' questions is light work for him. The fact that he didn't outright deny anything is interesting, though. He could have easily said, "Oh, we're just friends," or "I'm not dating anyone." But he didn't. He just kept it vague and moved on. And in celebrity world, vague usually means, yeah, it's true, but I'm not confirming it. But hold up. Before Tom and Alix, there was someone else in the picture. And when I tell you the timeline of Alix's last relationship makes this story even messier, I'm not playing. Part 3 is where things get real complicated. So Tom and Alix are vibing, her dad's copying Tom's fits, and everyone's connecting dots. But we need to rewind to December because Alix's breakup timeline is sketchy, and it changes everything about this story. Okay fam, it's time to dive into the messy part of this saga, and trust me, it gets real complicated real fast. We gotta talk about Braxton Berrios and how this whole situation might be way more dramatic than we initially thought. So here's the tea. Early December 2025, we're talking just 2 months ago, People magazine confirms that Alix Earle and Braxton Berrios, who'd been together for 2 years, had broken up. 2 years? That's not just some casual fling. That's a whole relationship with history, memories, probably talks about the future, all of that. Braxton Berrios, for those who don't know, is a wide receiver for the Houston Texans. The man's in the NFL, living that professional athlete life, traveling constantly, grinding through the season. And Alix, she was simultaneously blowing up as an influencer and competing on season 34 of Dancing with the Stars. 2 people, 2 incredibly demanding careers, trying to make it work. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. After the breakup news dropped, Alix did something pretty vulnerable. She hopped on TikTok and got real with her followers. Like, we're talking tears, emotion, the whole 9 yards. She explained that she and Braxton split because she couldn't be what Braxton needs. She talked about how they'd been long distance for 5 months while he was dealing with the NFL's insane schedule, and she was dancing her heart out on national television. Long distance is rough, y'all. 5 months of barely seeing each other, different time zones, missing calls, trying to coordinate schedules, it takes a toll. And for two young people in their mid-20s who are both chasing massive career goals, sometimes love isn't enough. The internet was pretty sympathetic at first. People were like, "Aw, that's so sad, but at least they're mature about it." There were comments about how hard long distance is, how career-focused people sometimes have to make tough choices, all that supportive stuff. But then, oh man, then things got spicy. Just days after the breakup news went public, rumors started flying that Alix was already linked to someone new. Not Tom Brady yet, we're talking about Jackson Dart, the rookie quarterback for the New York Giants. An image started circulating online that looked like a screenshot of Dart sliding into Alix's DMs. The internet went wild. People were like, wait, she just broke up with Braxton and she's already talking to another NFL player? The timeline seemed sus, and people started doing that thing the internet does, making assumptions and jumping to conclusions. But Alix wasn't having it. She came out quick and shut that down, calling the DM screenshot fake and photoshopped. She was pretty adamant about it, and honestly, props to her for addressing it directly instead of letting the rumors spiral. But here's where the timeline gets really interesting. The breakup was confirmed in early December. The Jackson Dart rumor was late December. And then boom, New Year's Eve happens, and there's Alix in St. Barths getting cozy with Tom Brady. Let's do some math here, fam. Early December breakup. New Year's Eve is literally less than a month later. By the time those Super Bowl party videos dropped in February, we're only talking about 2 months since her relationship with Braxton ended. Now, I'm not here to judge how fast someone moves on. Everyone heals differently, and honestly, it's nobody's business but theirs. But, you gotta admit, going from a 2-year relationship with an NFL player to potentially dating the most famous NFL player of all time, all within 2 months, that's a journey. Some people online are saying Alix is moving up from a regular NFL player to the GOAT. Others are defending her, saying she's a single woman who can do whatever she wants. And they're both right. She is single and she can do what she wants. But that doesn't mean people aren't gonna talk about it. Here's what gets me though. Imagine being Braxton Berrios right now. You just ended a 2-year relationship with someone you presumably cared about deeply. You're processing that heartbreak, trying to focus on football, dealing with your emotions. And then you open Instagram or TikTok, and there's your ex-girlfriend of literally 2 months, dancing and laughing with Tom freaking Brady. Not just any guy, not some random dude she met at a coffee shop. Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl champion, the guy with the supermodel ex-wife. The legend. That's gotta sting differently, man. And it's not like Braxton can even be mad because they're broken up. She didn't do anything wrong, but emotionally. Oh man, that's gotta be tough to see. The other wild part, both Braxton and Tom play in the NFL. It's not like these are separate worlds. They probably have mutual friends, mutual contacts, they've definitely crossed paths at NFL events. The football world is smaller than you think, and news travels fast. But we haven't even talked about Tom's side yet. His past relationships, his divorce, and why this situation with Alix might actually be the perfect move for him right now. Part 4 is gonna blow your mind. We covered Alix's messy timeline, but what about Tom? This man didn't just stumble into this situation by accident. When you look at his history, this might be the smartest move he's made off the field. Let me break it down. Let's talk about Tom Brady for a second, because this man is calculated. You don't become the greatest quarterback of all time by accident. You don't win 7 Super Bowls by just winging it. Everything Brady does is strategic, thought out, and purposeful. So when it comes to his personal life, you best believe there's a method to the madness. First, let's set the stage. Tom Brady finalized his divorce from Gisele Bündchen in 2022. 13 years of marriage, done. Now, this wasn't just any marriage, this was a power couple situation. Gisele was one of the highest-paid supermodels in the world. They had 2 kids together, Vivian and Benjamin, plus Tom's oldest son Jack from his previous relationship with Bridget Moynihan. This was a family, a whole empire, and when it ended, it was major news. The divorce hit Tom hard. By all accounts, football was a big part of why the marriage fell apart. Giselle wanted him to retire and spend more time with the family. Tom wanted to keep playing. Eventually, something had to give, and it was the marriage. After the divorce, Tom tried to play it cool. He dated here and there, nothing serious. He was most recently linked to supermodel Brooks Nader in 2024. Sources said they were casually hooking up, which is code for having fun but nothing serious. And honestly, that made sense. The man was processing a divorce, figuring out co-parenting, and transitioning into retirement. He didn't need anything heavy. But then 2025 rolls around, and suddenly we're in 2026, and things seem different. Tom's been retired for a bit now. He's adjusted to life after football. He's got his broadcasting gigs, his business ventures, he's comfortable. And maybe, just maybe, he's ready for something more than casual hookups. Enter Alix Earle. Now, hear me out on why this actually makes perfect sense for Tom. Alix is 25 years old. She's young, she's energetic, she's fun, she's got her own career and her own money. She's not some starry-eyed fan, she's a successful influencer with millions of followers. She doesn't need Tom Brady for fame or money. She's already got both. That's huge, fam. Tom's been burned before by the pressures of high-profile relationships. With Giselle, there were constant headlines, constant scrutiny, constant pressure. With Alix, yeah, people are gonna talk, but she's already used to being in the spotlight. She knows how to handle social media drama. She's not gonna crumble under pressure. Plus, let's be real, Tom's 48 years old. He spent his entire adult life dedicated to football. He started dating Giselle when he was already in the NFL. Before that, he was grinding to make it. The man has never really had the chance to just have fun, to date someone who's young and carefree and isn't worried about the next game or the next season. Alix represents freedom for Tom. She's not asking him to be anything other than himself. She's not putting pressure on him to perform or to be on all the time. She's just vibing, enjoying life, and inviting him along for the ride. And can we talk about the optics? Tom Brady, the GOAT, the legend, dating a 25-year-old influencer. The internet is gonna talk about that forever. Every time someone searches Tom Brady's name, this story is gonna come up. That's publicity, baby. Tom's still building his brand in retirement, and trust me, this kind of attention doesn't hurt. Now I know what some of y'all are thinking. But the age gap, 23 years, that's wild. And yeah, it is a significant gap, but let's keep it real, this isn't unusual in celebrity world. Leonardo DiCaprio has made a whole career out of dating women in their 20s. Lots of famous, powerful men date younger women. Is it ideal? That's for everyone to decide for themselves. But is it uncommon? Absolutely not. What makes this situation different is that both Tom and Alix seem to be on the same page about keeping things low-key. They're not posting couple photos on Instagram. They're not doing red carpet appearances. They're just existing in the same spaces and letting people draw their own conclusions. That's smart. Tom learned from his marriage to Giselle that putting your relationship in the public eye 24/7 can create unnecessary pressure. So instead, he's keeping things casual, fun, and private, well, as private as you can be when you're Tom Brady. From a purely strategic standpoint, this is actually brilliant. Tom gets to have fun, date someone who brings excitement to his life, and he doesn't have to deal with the intense scrutiny of a public relationship. Meanwhile, Alix gets to hang out with arguably the greatest athlete of our generation, and she's mature enough to handle the attention that comes with it. And let's not forget, Tom's got 3 kids. Jack is 18, Benjamin is 16, and Vivian is 13. These are teenagers who are old enough to have opinions about their dad's dating life. By keeping things casual and not forcing a new stepmom situation on them, Tom's being respectful of his children's feelings while still allowing himself to have a personal life. That's the mark of a good dad, honestly. He's not prioritizing his love life over his kids, but he's also not completely shutting down the possibility of happiness because he's a father. It's a balance, and from what we can see, he's handling it pretty well. But here's the real question everyone's asking. Is this actually gonna last, or is it just a fling? Part 5 breaks down what the future might hold, and trust me, there's some predictions you need to hear. We've covered the parties, the dad drama, the messy timelines, and Tom's strategy. Now it's time for the real talk. Where is this actually going? I've got predictions that might shock you. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, we've made it to the final part, and this is where I give you my honest take on what's gonna happen with Tom Brady and Alix Earle. Buckle up, because I'm about to drop some truth bombs. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Can this actually work long-term? I'm gonna be real with you, probably not. And here's why. Tom Brady is at a completely different life stage than Alix Earle. The man has 3 kids, an ex-wife he co-parents with, a legendary career behind him, and he's figuring out what the next chapter of his life looks like. He's thinking about legacy, about business ventures, about how he wants to spend his 50s and beyond. Alix, on the other hand, is 25. She's just getting started. Her career is blowing up. She's got millions of followers hanging on her every word. She's experiencing fame at a level most people never will. She's young, she's free, and she's got the whole world ahead of her. Can these two things coexist? Sure, for a while. They can have fun, enjoy each other's company, make memories. But long term, I just don't see it, fam. Here's my prediction. This is a rebound situation for both of them. Alix just got out of a 2-year relationship. Tom's been casually dating since his divorce. They're both filling a need for each other right now: companionship, fun, excitement. But once the novelty wears off, reality's gonna set in. Alix is eventually gonna want someone her own age, someone who wants to do the same things she wants to do. She's gonna want to travel, party, build her career without worrying about someone else's kids or ex-wife drama. And that's valid. She's 25, she should be living her life. Tom, meanwhile, is eventually gonna want something more stable. Someone who can integrate into his family life, someone who his kids connect with, someone who understands the complexities of co-parenting and blended families. At 25, with no kids of her own, Alix probably isn't equipped for that. Not because she's not capable, but because that's just not where she is in life. But, and this is important, that doesn't mean what they have right now isn't real or valuable. Sometimes relationships serve a purpose for a specific season of your life. Maybe Tom needed someone to help him remember how to have fun after a difficult divorce and retirement. Maybe Alix needed someone stable and accomplished after her relationship with Braxton fell apart. There's beauty in that, even if it doesn't last forever. Now, here's my bold prediction for how this plays out. They're gonna date casually through spring and summer 2026. We'll see them at a few more events together, probably some celebrity parties, maybe a vacation or two. The media's gonna eat it up. Alix's followers are gonna go crazy analyzing every post. Tom's gonna continue being vague in interviews. But by fall 2026, maybe early 2027, they're gonna quietly split. There won't be any big dramatic announcement. No messy breakup. They'll just drift apart. Alix will start being seen with people her own age. Tom will focus on his kids and work. And everyone will move on. They'll probably stay friendly. Might even joke about it years later in interviews. It'll be one of those remember when moments that people bring up at parties. The real winners in this situation? The media and the internet. This story has everything: celebrity drama, age gap controversy, NFL connections, influencer culture, messy timelines. It's content gold, and it's gonna be talked about for years. Think about it 10 years from now, when people make those craziest celebrity couples lists, Tom and Alix are gonna be on there. When someone makes a documentary about Tom Brady's life, which they definitely will, this is gonna be a chapter. For Alix, this is probably gonna be career-defining. She was already huge, but being linked to Tom Brady puts her in a different stratosphere. Years from now, even if she's married to someone else, she'll still be the influencer who dated Tom Brady. That's just how it works. For Tom, this is just another story in an already legendary life. He's Tom freaking Brady. He could date the Queen of England and people would be like, yeah, that tracks. Now, here's my advice to both of them if they're somehow watching this, which they're definitely not, but let's pretend. To Alix, girl, live your life. You're 25, you're successful, and you're allowed to have fun. Don't let the internet pressure you into explaining yourself or your choices. Date who you want when you want. Just protect your peace and remember that not everything needs to be shared on social media. To Tom, bro, you're the GOAT. You've accomplished more than most people could dream of. If Alix makes you happy right now, enjoy it. Don't worry about what people think about the age gap or the timeline or any of that noise. But also, be mindful of your kids and how your choices affect them. They come first, always. To both of them, communication is key. If this is casual, be clear about that. If feelings develop, talk about it. Don't let assumptions and unspoken expectations ruin something that could be fun and positive for both of you. And to everyone watching this story unfold, remember that these are real people with real feelings. Yeah, they're celebrities, and yeah, they put themselves in the public eye, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve empathy and respect. It's easy to make jokes and memes, and honestly, some of them are hilarious, but at the end of the day, Tom and Alix are just two people trying to navigate life like the rest of us. The only difference is that they're doing it with millions of people watching and commenting on every move. So here's my final take. Enjoy the drama while it lasts, fam. This is peak celebrity content. It's messy, it's fun, it's got twists and turns. But remember, 6 months from now, we'll all be on to the next celebrity couple drama, and this will just be a fun memory. Tom Brady and Alix Earle might not be endgame, but they're definitely giving us one hell of a storyline for 2026. All right, fam, that's the complete breakdown of the Tom Brady and Alix Earle situation. 5 parts, all the tea, all the predictions. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Drop a comment letting me know what you think. Is this relationship gonna last or nah? Are you team Tom and Alix, or do you think the age gap is too wild? Let me know. And yo, if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe for more celebrity tea and breakdowns, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when the next chapter of this story drops. Because trust me, there will be a next chapter. Until next time, stay blessed, stay nosy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.